Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Ford's EcoBoost engine line has been a huge hit. With rumors of the 2015 Mustang getting an EcoBoost option, turbo power appears here to stay. One of the reasons turbos are so popular is it's easy to turn the boost up and make more horsepower. When doing so, there are other modifications you'll want to make to protect the longevity of your engine. The owner of our Focus ST has plans to turn the boost up in the future, so today we're going to remove his factory bypass valve and replace it with his dual-port blow-off valve from Turbosmart. A bypass valve and a blow-off valve accomplish the same thing, but they do it in two different ways. When you're under boost and you close the throttle body, you're going to have pressure between the turbo and the throttle body itself. That pressure has to go somewhere, because if not, it goes back into your turbo, which slows the compressor wheel down and damages your turbo. The factory setup uses a bypass valve, and what that does is when you close the throttle body, it takes the air and recirculates it back into your inlet tract after your mass air sensor. What a blow-off valve does, the exact same thing, but instead of recirculating it, it simply vents into the atmosphere and gives it that turbo sound that most people are familiar with. The unit from Turbosmart is the best of both worlds. It's a 50-50 dual-port bypass, so what it does is 50% of the air is recirculated back into your inlet tract, the other 50% is vented to the atmosphere. Many people argue over the benefits of bypass versus blow-off. The Turbosmart gives you the best of both worlds. Another nice feature of the Turbosmart blow-off valve is the adjustability. You can actually turn the whole mechanism to make the spring either harder or softer, not only to compensate for higher or lower boost pressure, but also to compensate for elevation change. For this installation, you need a jack-in, jack stands or lift, 3/8 ratchet, extension, 5mm Allen socket or Allen key, 13mm deep socket, needle nose pliers, and a flashlight. Factory bypass valve is located on the passenger side of the engine, kind of behind the wheel. First thing you want to do is get your car up in the air and pull off your wheel. The factory bypass valve is pretty far in, so it's kind of tough to see with the camera, so we're going to show you the basis of what we're going to do. These three 5mm bolts here, they hold the base in, and you simply remove the vacuum line off the top to remove your factory bypass valve. Now we'll use needle nose pliers to disconnect the vacuum line. Remove our stock bypass. Here you can see the stock bypass valve versus the Turbosmart. Obviously there's a huge difference in the quality of construction between these two. You also notice that the vacuum fitting comes straight up on the factory piece versus at an angle on the Turbosmart. Turbosmart gives you both versions, both a straight and a right angle. We're going to swap out for the straight to make the installation a little bit easier. And ready to install. I want to install a dab of Loctite on each bolt before putting them in. We're going to reinstall our wheel and our installation is finished. We'll start by trying it out with no load. And we'll give it a ride. While it's not really a necessary modification for a stock Focus, if you're planning on adding boost or simply want the sound of a blow-off valve, you can't go wrong with a Turbosmart. Installation should only take you around an hour. You'll be back on the road in no time.